While addressing the first question formulated, I have examined the contents of Exhibit 9, the school admission register. The contents therein have been vouched for by PW10, headmistress of the school. She identified Exhibit 9 within bracket A as the entry pertaining to the victim. Exhibit 10 as the certificate issued by her, certifying therein that the date of birth of the victim as per Exhibit 9 was within quote 2/10/2000. PW10 deposed that the minor victim had been admitted in their school in the pre-primary section on 21/2/2005 and left school in 2016. Considering the contents of the document, no ambiguity whatsoever concerning the age of the victim exists. Consequently, it is found that the victim was a minor when the incident took place and a child as defined under Section 2 within bracket D of the POCSO Act. The victim, before the learned trial court, had stated that when she was in the 7th standard, her brother and herself had gone to the shop of the appellant to reach some within quote bajri and sand. When her brother went to drink water, the appellant suddenly put his hands on her breasts. Her cross-examination elicited the fact that this incident went unreported by her either to her family or any authority. Pausing here momentarily, it may be remarked that an FIR was lodged in the matter, consequently, no investigation ensued. She then narrated the incident that took place on 27/6/2017. She categorically stated that the appellant fondled her breasts and on her resistance he left her, upon which she ran home and reported the incident. That she and her family rejected the offer of compromise by the appellant when she and PW3 and PW4 confronted him. The statements made by the victim withstood the test of cross-examination. The evidence of PW3 would substantiate the prosecution case pertaining to the lodging of the FIR. He also corroborated the evidence of the victim, which found further corroboration in the deposition of PW4. PW5 was the brother of the victim, who was present when they confronted the appellant. His evidence corroborated the evidence of PWs 2, 3 and 4. PW6 was witness to the seizure of 2 khadas and 10 number of rupees 500 within bracket rupees 500 notes from the appellant at the Mangan police station. PW7 was a neighbor of the minor victim and went to the appellant's house on hearing a commotion. He witnessed the appellant offering khadas to the minor victim and her family members on the relevant night in the appellant's house. The Panchayat PW13 vouched for the fact that PWs 2, 3 and 4 had come to his residence informing him about the said sexual assault, upon which he instructed them to report the matter to the police. Although PW8, the gynecologist who medically examined the victim, stated that on examining the breasts of the victim, she found no injury either there or on the person of the victim. No contradiction emanates in her statement, and the prosecution case, as the victim has made no allegation of use of violence by the appellant or of penetrative sexual assault. Her evidence is that he had fondled her breasts, for which, obviously, unless violence was used, there would be no signs of the assault. However, the statement of the victim with regard to the sexual assault on her on 27/6/2017 is consistent, cogent, and reliable.
If you have liked the video, hit the like button and consider subscribing.